zeggen ze in Dutch. Hey, we laten ze allemaal lekker voeten janken. Well, considering Fabricio is the best grappler in MMA, the game plan was not to go in his game.
I like the plan. Before we let you go celebrate with all of your fans, I want to take a look at the finish. What a finishing sequence.
There are fights you remember, and there are fights you feel, the kind that shakes the floor beneath you, the kind that reminds you why humans are drawn to power, raw, unfiltered, unstoppable power. In rings around the world, a special breed of warrior walks among us. They are giants, men whose size, skill, and ferocity defy the limits of what seems human.
I don't care about that kind of stuff.
You don't process that and think, okay, well, now the fans expect me to do it?
Actually, if I look at my history, usually I do better being the underdog.
When they fight, the world watches. When they strike, history trembles. This is their story of courage, chaos, and colossal strength. Welcome to Crackin' Skulls, the giants of combat, Semmy Schilt. Semmy Schilt was not just tall, he was towering. Standing at nearly 7 feet, he looked like a statue sculpted for war. But what made him truly terrifying wasn't his size. It was the way he used it. Calm, patient, and methodical.
Now listen, I told you guys, the room is back. We put in a lot of hard work. Special thanks to the gentleman from Denver, Team Elevation.
Semmy was the definition of a tactical giant. He came from the kickboxing world, but he fought like a philosopher of violence. His movements were deliberate, his timing perfect. Every jab, every knee, every kick, all delivered with a purpose. One unforgettable night, Semmy fought 4 men in one evening. One after another, they fell before him. His jabs landed like hammers. His knees rose like towers crashing down. Spectators gasped as opponents struggled to rise, their eyes dazed, their bodies refusing to continue.
Well, they were responsible for a huge deal. I also had my coach from Sweden, Joachim Emberg, and my coach from Holland, Azat Sufi there.
Semmy's style was simple. Control the distance, punish the mistake, and end the fight. When he leaned back to dodge a punch, it was like watching a mountain sway with the wind. Slow, graceful, and deadly. When he countered, his opponents collapsed under the weight of his precision. Semmy Schilt was not chaos, he was in control. He showed the world that true power doesn't shout. It whispers and then crushes you in silence. Alistair Overeem. If Semmy Schilt was a machine of control, Alistair Overeem was a storm. Known as the Demolition Man, Alistair was a fighter built like a superhero. Massive shoulders, iron fists, and the kind of confidence that only destruction can give. When he entered the ring, the crowd knew what was coming. Chaos. Overeem didn't just fight, he hunted. His opponents weren't rivals, they were targets. In one brutal sequence, Overeem unleashed a right hand so devastating it seemed to stop time. The sound echoed through the arena. His opponent collapsed, eyes open but empty, as the referee rushed in to end it. But Alistair wasn't done. He followed up with knees, sharp, crushing, final. His signature move, the flying knee to the head. It was a weapon of both beauty and terror. When it landed, it was over. Commentators called him a beast. They were wrong. Beasts act on instinct. Alistair acted with intent. Every blow was planned. Every strike meant to break both body and spirit. Fighters who faced him often left the ring not just beaten but changed, reminded that power, when refined by purpose, becomes something greater than violence. Mighty Mo. At first glance, Mighty Mo didn't look like the giants he faced. Standing just over 6 feet, he was shorter than many of his opponents. But what he lacked in height, he made up for in pure, concentrated force. Weighing nearly 300 pounds of muscle and grit, Mo was the definition of explosive power. His punches didn't travel far. They didn't need to. When his right hand connected, it was like being hit by a car. Fans loved him because he fought with heart. He wasn't just a brawler, he was a man who refused to back down. Even when facing towering opponents, Mo walked forward. Every step said, "I'm not afraid." One night, he threw a single right hook that changed everything. His opponent crumpled instantly. The referee barely able to start the count before realizing it was over. The crowd erupted. They had just witnessed raw human strength in its purest form. Mighty Mo reminded the world that giants come in all shapes. Sometimes the biggest hearts belong to the smallest men in the ring. Vladimir Klitschko. When boxing met science, it looked like Vladimir Klitschko. Nicknamed Dr. Steelhammer, Klitschko turned every fight into an experiment in dominance. He was a tactician, calm, analytical, and terrifyingly efficient. His jab was more than a punch, it was a system. His right hand, a thunderbolt. Against Tony Thompson, Klitschko's timing was perfect. He moved like a man solving a puzzle, waiting for the exact moment to strike. And when he did, bang! Thompson fell like a puppet with its strings cut. Klitschko's power wasn't wild. It was engineered. Years of discipline, precision, and relentless training turned him into one of the most feared heavyweights in history. When he entered the ring, he brought with him a sense of inevitability. His fights didn't explode. They unfolded. Slowly, meticulously, until his opponent realized the end had been written from the start. Klitschko proved that intelligence and power can coexist, that true destruction is best delivered with a calm hand. Nikolai Valuev. Then came Nikolai Valuev, the mountain of a man from Russia. Standing over 7 feet tall and weighing more than 300 pounds, Valuev wasn't just big, he was colossal. His size alone was enough to intimidate, but when he started throwing punches, the crowd realized that this giant was not just here to be seen, he was here to dominate. Critics called him slow, awkward, but those who stepped into the ring with him learned the truth. When Valuev landed, you felt it for days. His punches didn't just hurt, they changed your definition of pain. Each blow echoed through the arena like a drumbeat of war. His opponents often looked like children trying to chop down a tree with bare hands. He was the last of a rare breed, a true giant boxer in every sense. And while his style may not have been pretty, his power was undeniable. In the brutal world of combat, effectiveness always beats elegance. Rico Verhoeven. Fast forward to a new era, and you meet Rico Verhoeven, the Dutch champion who brought the art of kickboxing into the modern age. Handsome, disciplined, and devastating, Rico looked like a model but fought like a monster. His combinations were clean, his movement smooth, and his mindset unshakable. In every fight, he blended technique with heart. His punches cut through defenses, his kicks landed like thunder. But what made him truly great was his composure. Even in the heat of war, he looked calm, almost serene. Opponents would throw everything at him, but Rico absorbed it, studied it, and responded with power. When he won, he didn't just celebrate, he analyzed. To watch Rico Verhoeven was to witness evolution. The new generation of giant fighters, still powerful but smarter, sharper, and more disciplined. The art of destruction. Every fighter in this story, Schilt, Overeem, Mo, Klitschko, Valuev, Verhoeven, shares one thing in common: the ability to turn violence into artistry. Their fights were not just about who hit harder. They were about who understood timing, distance, and courage. They were about the delicate dance between fear and control. Behind every knockout was a story of training, sacrifice, and pain. The roar of the crowd masked the silence of early mornings, the loneliness of preparation, and the cost of chasing greatness. Because true power isn't built overnight. It's forged in sweat, blood, and self-belief. Giants among men, as years passed, new giants rose, and old ones faded into legend. But the echoes of their punches remain, in highlight reels, in fan memories, in the souls of those who witnessed their glory. Every knockout, every victory, every moment of chaos told the same story. That power is more than muscle. It's willpower. It's the courage to stand tall even when you're hit hardest. These men didn't just fight opponents, they fought limits. And that's what made them giants. The arena lights fade, the crowd quiets, and the echoes of "Goodnight Irene" still linger. The giants may no longer walk the ring as often, but their legacy stands unshaken. From the calm strategy of Semi Schilt to the ruthless force of Alistair Overeem, from Mighty Mo's courage to Klitschko's intellect, every one of them showed that fighting is more than brutality. It's storytelling through motion. They cracked skulls, yes, but they also built legends. They fell, They rose. They fought again. And as long as people remember the thunder of fists and the grace of warriors, their names will never fade. Because giants never truly die. They just rest until the next bell rings.